how did you benefit from taking part in this MUN?
Generally, I believe that most MUNs, because they do the same thing, the main thing that you gain out of everything is the exposure, because you get exposed to many different people. So thus you get to learn from them and what they do, because nobody knows how to do everything, so you get to learn from the people around you. I've definitely learned a lot from my fellow delegates on my chairs and Sophie.
So tell us about the process of drafting the resolutions.
In UNHRC, we're proud to say that, especially in our first topic, we drafted 5 resolutions. And that was extremely hard, but I guess we were able to do it because the whole council was very cooperative. We knew what we wanted to do, and we divided our points and we were cooperative. You had many delegates, you had like 5 different laptops open, and each delegate was responsible for a certain resolution, and we all contribute with the points and the solutions we had.
So, what was the difficulty of expressing the interest of a foreign state?
It's always pretty hard to defend a certain state, especially if you personally don't agree with the principles that that state stand for. For example, in this conference, I represented both Cuba and North Korea, both extreme states that most people in the world don't agree with their policy. However, the most important thing is to put yourself in character, because you'll benefit the most, and the whole council will benefit the most if you are truly in character representing the true foreign policy of the state.
How do you think? Are you satisfied with this MUN experience?
Yes, definitely. Sofimun was a great experience. It was first lovely to see the city, to see Sofia. The city is beautiful, people were very nice, the organization of the whole conference is amazing. So this has definitely been one of the best experiences I've had. I've went to several international conferences in Hungary, in France, in the US, but this one is very, very special to me. I love the whole atmosphere. There was more of a social aspect to the whole thing than just the regular conference.
Well, this MUN is a bit different than the MUN I took part of in Egypt back home. So I did learn a lot about procedures. We have different procedures, so procedures I went through here were different and were very beneficial. And I got to take part of the Security Council, which was very interesting for me, and I was looking forward to it when I was in Egypt. Normally, resolutions aren't very easy to make. They have a lot of conflicts before they're done. However, the first resolution in our council was very smooth. We had complete consensus, and everybody was on board with writing the resolution. However, in the second case, the resolution wasn't very smooth. We had different parties, we had a lot of conflicts, and ultimately it failed to pass. Well, the research is a lot in order to understand the point of view of that country. So you have to do a lot of research, and it takes a lot of time. And there are a lot of aspects that are concerning to the country's position. Well, either it's economics or political ties or military ties. So in order to gather all that information to make a comprehensive image of what that state represents, takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort. Yes, I'm deeply satisfied with my experience here in Sofimun, so because it's my first international, and I found it to be of a satisfactory level, either in terms of academics or in terms of procedures.
Well, taking part in any MUN particularly gets you involved with a lot of students from around the world. Now, to take it from a nature versus nurture argument, I would say that the more you interact with different people and you see their reaction to the things that you do and the things that you say, it not only teaches you about them, but it teaches you about yourself. Because usually when you, for example, live in a certain community that you're used to for a very long time, people build this image of you, and then it keeps you inside a bubble, for example. But when you travel and you meet new people, they experience you for the first time, so you're always free for new reflections, for new deflections on what they think of you, as opposed to what your friends thought of you since you were very young, for example. So I think that is actually one of the most important things, to meet new people, because they see the new you, not the old you, I guess. Drafting the resolution is actually a very interesting process because it's filled with arguments and debates and fighting. Every single country wants to advocate for their own interest, make sure it's written in their own way in the resolution. So usually there is usually a lot of conflict, but at the end of the day we come up with compromises, which is actually something I've noticed, and it's really, really great. Delegates do propose compromise, and you do see them starting to go back on what they really wanted, just so we can actually move forward with solving the issue in a way. I didn't think it was difficult at all. I think it's actually interesting that you embody different ideas and different thoughts. The more you do that, actually, the more it shows you different perspectives. And every single perspective is a valid perspective. Not one in particular is correct. So when you get to see that, you start understanding where other people are coming from. Okay.
And one last question. Are you satisfied with the overall experience of Sofimun 8?
Yes.